Hello, I'm Steve and welcome to our channel Patio Heat, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Kindly consider tapping that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so we have this residential application and there's two different areas here. I'm not sure what the areas are going to be used for at this point, but they did mention that they are interested in heating up a 12 by 12 section over here, and then also this new structure that's going to be built out here. All right, so let's just go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. Hold on one second. And dimensions we have here, we have this 50-foot run, and that's not important because we're just heating up this 12 by 12 area, and I have these at 12-foot centers on these posts here. So the distance out here I have at 12, well actually it's out to the edge over here, so I have it at 13.6, but if you went into here you'll see 12 foot to the inside edge. And then a ceiling height, this is a flat ceiling, and they did say that it was going to be a wooden ceiling, 8'6" to the top of that. As far as this little gazebo area, I have it at 14 by 12, and then a height of 8 foot 8 inches to the bottom edge of the beams. So, and that's all the information I really got on this. This structure up here might be completely different, and I don't know what type of beams or elements are going to be inside of here at all. Oops, sorry about that. And so we're just going to leave it at that for right now, and hopefully this plan will help them out. All right, so let me turn that off. And there's a first, this area here, I'm going to give two different options. So I'm not quite sure whether they had hope for having two heaters on the outer edges here. So I have two 4,000 watt units. This one here I have at 16 inches away from the edge of this wall here. I have it at ceiling mount. The clearances you can see here on the top is 6 inches, and then on the bottom is 18 inches. That's why I have this away from the wall like that. And I have this at a 25-degree angle. You could probably tilt it to 30 degree without a problem. This one here is the same, only pointed in the opposite direction. On this side here though, I have it only at 6 inches of clearance to the back side here, because that's all I'm looking for. And again, it's on the ceiling mount, keeping this beam clean. That's why I like to do the ceiling mounts if possible, and also other reasons as well I'll explain in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. With the 4,000 watt unit, you can see you're getting a good coverage from left to right, and I have it centered between these posts. And although it is a lesser BTU than a 6,000 watt, you can see that I have a lot of double or overcrossing rays, so that, you know, this heater heating up out to this point here, you probably would be cold if you only put one heater out here, if you sat out to this right side over here. But with two, you know, you got the penetration of the both rays almost to the full extent. Now these rays are light waves and they do, you know, continue to travel in space, but this is the ideal footprint or distance that it can reach. And with a 4,000 watt unit, you're looking at about 8 foot distance of a throw, and roughly about a 12 by 10 footprint. So that would be option one. And then another option would be to place, oops, sorry about that. Let me turn that back on here. Another option would be to place the units at 8 foot centers from each other. So from here to here is the 8 foot center. And I try to put them centered from this position here, 4 foot out, and then 4 foot out this direction here. So it should be centered within this span. And then you'll see here with the, well, we'll go ahead and look at the clearances with the OEM brackets. Oops, I lost something here. There we go. With the OEM brackets mounted on the ceiling, you're maintaining the 6 inch clearance, and with the clearances below, there's no issue here. This door is a sliding door as far as I could tell, and there is a window over here, but that doesn't protrude out in any way. Another thing too is that I did see that there was some recessed lighting up here in the ceiling, I didn't get the dimensions of that, so I can't really place that in the position to where these heaters would go. So if that information is available and you'd like to provide that to me, that is helpful. So we'll leave it at that for right now. With the footprint of heat here, again, it's got an 8-foot optimal throw, and I believe the height again here was 8'6", and so that should bring the heater down to roughly, I think it's 7 foot 10, 7'9". Sorry, 7'9" should be the bottom edge of this heater, roughly. And with that, you'll get a nice footprint of heat, and it's going to be uniform throughout the space here. Again, front to back, you're going to get about, I know I said 12, it's probably closer to about a 10-foot distance there. So let's leave it at that. All right, let me go ahead and turn that ray off for right now and turn off the dimensions again. And we'll come over here to the little gazebo area here, and this will be my only option I really have for this would be either using 4,000 watt units or 6,000 watt units. If you put a 6,000 watt unit up here, which would probably be better because this is a very exposed area here, it's all open on 4 sides. Roof is the only thing that you really have to protect you, and any air movement in here is going to make it a little bit more necessary for more heat, and also the fact that these are higher. Hold on one second. So again, we have this about its maximum 8'8". It almost matches the bottom edge of the beams going across here. So again, you might consider using a 6,000 watt unit in this space here. And then also I do have them centered within the room. And then also with a, sorry, my mouse isn't really working the way I want it to. I have at 6-inch clearance back here. So, and I'm not quite sure again of the construction. Is there beams up here? Is this going to be a flat ceiling that goes up, flat ceiling that goes across? I don't know. But in any case, you'll need to maintain that 6 inches of clearance. And then I have them at slight angles. And if the fact is it's going to be a flat ceiling, then you just will do the same thing as I had mentioned over here, 8-foot centers from each other. You might have a slighter angle if that's the case. So these are a little bit further, maybe 10-foot center to center on these units. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. Oh, sorry, I didn't go on the clearances here. So again, with this angle here, I have these at 30-degree angles. And you can see that we're meeting the clearance of these beams as well as the post and everything like that. So let's go back here to the footprint of heat. So you can see the footprint of heat is the same as I'd mentioned before. You got these good crossover rays coming across, and it's covering pretty much the whole entire space here. So I think this would be adequate. However, I would probably still consider a 6,000 watt just because of the height of the application. And with the 6,000 watt, you also want to consider a control system so you can dim it down and up as you see fit, depending on what the season's like for you. All right, well, if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Thank you very much for watching, and please hit that like button because it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithms. Thank you and have a great day.